Hey guys, you're welcome here. It's a pleasure to have you. This is SAD Media. Thank you for logging on. This is Topical with SAD Media, and today one of the very topical events around Africa is the celebration of the African Day 2020, celebrated annually 25th May. Yes, in celebration and commemoration of the African freedom and liberation. So quickly into that, let me let you know the theme for the year, as highlighted, is silencing the guns, creating conducive conditions for African development, and integrating the fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Africa, to know, has 54 countries and is the second largest in among continents around the world. So we're people of color, we're people of heritage, we're people of with so much diversity. So this is worth celebrating. And to note that the first African country to gain her independence was Ghana in 1957, and I know after this other countries started following suit and embracing and fighting towards their independence and liberation. Nigeria had hers in 1960. Well, I'm a Nigerian, that's popularly known as the giant of Africa because of the size of its population. So let's talk more about the African independence. The African Day celebration. This is always usually hosted by the African Union, that is the African the body which organizes all of this. And we know to note that Africa is actually divided into different regions. We have the West Africa, we have the South Africa, we have the East Africa, we have the North Africa, and we have the Central Africa. Nigeria is part of the West African country. We have bordered in the north, we have the Chad, then in the northeast we have Cameroon, then we also have in the west we have the Benin Republic, and further we have, after that we have Togo, we have Ghana, we have other countries around the West African region. So today is the celebration of our day. So why this celebration? Why do Africans have to celebrate themselves? Sometimes this dates back to 1958 when Ghana, after Ghana had her independence in 1957, there was a need for an urgent meeting where other African countries started come together and talk about their unity and the regions. But the first celebration goes back to 1963, May 25th. So that today, this year makes it 57 years of the celebration of this, usually hosted by the African Union. But because of the season we are, there may not be physical meetings. I'm sure there'll be very virtual meetings by the member states, and also individual countries are celebrating it in accordance with rules and regulations set aside for celebration. I highlighted some interesting things about this day as spotted. Okay, I would say African Day 2020. The significance of the day is foundation of the celebration of African unity, celebration of African Freedom Day and African Liberation. I think I mentioned that already. This is usually credited to Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, who first had a meeting in Ghana in 1958 before the general meeting started in 1963 in Ethiopia, and since then it has been an annual event by the African nations. And this celebration, the aim of this celebration provides an opportunity to promote African unity, yes, deeper regional integration, and to commit to common destiny. It's very note of what yes, no matter what, regions usually have a way of supporting each other. I know we have the Economic Community of West African State here, ECOWAS. That's the region, the immediate region, or where Nigeria belongs to. Then we also have other bodies, African, we have other bodies that actually promote national unity among member states and also among nations. And we know sometimes all these things usually they have a way of also reporting to the global body, which is the United Nations. Then like I already mentioned, then we have African aims to celebrate the African diversity, sources, and the cultural and economic potential of the African continent. Without so much ado, we can see a lot of potentials displayed by the African origin and indigenous. You can see this in different spheres of life. That's where wherever we go, African people were very resilient people, were strong people, were resilient people, were full of creativity and innovativeness. This is showcased, I would just even say maybe in the tourist entertainment, media and entertainment industry, where we have Africans doing a whole lot and showcasing showcasing this around the world. And today to that, we even see that some African superstars are actually organizing an event hosted by Idris Elba and Noah Trevor. Yes, so in all of this we see they also have the African giants of all nations. Then I also know there was a session organized by this chairman of UBA, Tony Elumelu, different sessions, about 2 or 3 sessions, to talk about this sustainable African development growth and sustainability, and also how to meet up with the sustainable development goal, especially at a time like this where pandemic situation is actually seeming like some of the goals of so many nations would not be met. But like we know that with the focus of international bodies about COVID-19, they thought by now Africa's streets would be with dead body. But even the United Nations has also commended Africa for how well we're able to manage the COVID-19 pandemic situation. It wasn't as expected or as forecasted by international body, but Africa did a whole lot more in managing these situations, and a lot of credit has been given to Africa for this. So you can see that we are very good to go. Africa usually were referred to as an emerging market, while most African countries are developing nations and they are regarded to as emerging market. I would say Nigeria in particular, my home country, is regarded sometimes as an emerging market because we have a lot of potentials, we have a lot of resources, we have a lot of rich human and natural resources. If utilized very well, will move us from the from being an emerging market to a developed nation. It is really and very possible. We can actually attain all of this. What is required of us is a lot more creativity and innovativeness, and also utilize our rich human capacity, because we have a lot of human capacity and we have the market to make sure we sell our goods and what have you to the outside world. So today we're celebrating Africa. So which part of the Africa are you from? So what is your excitement about your heritage, your culture, your diversity, what you like so much about your country? Or even if you're not from Africa, you are from any other continent. So and I know you would have heard about Africa in one way or the other. So what do you like most about Africa? Africans are not like the chimpanzees or people walking like other continents or people think. We're a people of knowledge, we're a people of learning. Like, we are very vast. That is why you see Africans wherever we go do a lot, do very well. Africans are really representing us in a very good light in other parts of the world. You can see this showcase nearly or almost everywhere. We're not the acclaimed people. Look at me, I'm an African, and today I'm wearing an African dress inspired by the fact that today is African Day. So I have to dress in my attire as an African woman. Like I already mentioned, I'm in Nigeria. I'm not going to talk much about Nigeria today. So Nigeria, popularly known as the giant of Africa, and we have like the largest city, which is Lagos, in Africa. So Lagos has a population of about 20 million people. Yes, above or about of 20 million people, and you can see that the population of Lagos alone is like some countries, even is all equal to the population of a country in some other parts of the world, even in Africa. That is where we have the huge rich human natural resources in Nigeria. Even Nigeria alone, we have that. So we are people of color, we have people of color, diversity, resilience, brilliance, innovation, and then creativity. And this is being showcased to the outside world over and over again. Like I was saying, to which part of Africa are you from? What represents what you? That's why I'd say, see, one thing is very certain, that no matter where you go, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, there is always a road that would lead you home. That is why some people, you see them, even those that had gone way back before liberation, before independence, sometimes they look back and they say, you know what, they just want to get back to their roots. They want to know where they're coming from. They want to know the people, their ancestors, the blood running inside of them. So wherever you go, there is always a road that would always lead you home. So what is your interest about Africa? How much do you know about Africa? And then So have you had an African friend? So just let us know in the comment section the very interesting and exciting things you know about Africa. Are you from Africa? Are you from any other part of Africa? Just let me know in the comment section. I would also let you know I also put mine in the comment section. Like I already said, I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Edo State. Nigeria has 36 states, and the largest is Lagos, which has about 20 million, like I already mentioned, population. So that's the metropolitan city in Nigeria. It's a commercial hub of Nigeria where you can get anything and everything you like to get. So just let me know about you, your cultural heritage, your excitement today being African Day, and how your country is celebrating it. Yes, there is no physical celebration everywhere, but there are a lot of virtual celebration. This is being propelled by technology. Has made us know that, you know what, we can connect no matter how far we are. We can connect with each other. So a lot of activities actually ongoing today around Africa. And I know some other international bodies are celebrating this day with us. It's a day to celebrate our liberation and our freedom from colonial masters who invaded or who came to Africa as far back as 1800s to later in the 90s, when Ghana first gained her independence in 1957. Then after then other countries followed suit, and then we started having our independence and became stand alone from the colonial masters. So let me know your interest and your excitement today in the comment section, and your topic will get yesterday with that. And it was a very good pleasure sharing this moment with you. Thank you for your time, and do have a very, very pleasant week. And it's actually, yes, the last week in the month of May. Enjoy the rest of your month. Bye.